Ah, well, I see you're back once again for more Gimme Peppers, and Gimme Peppers, and once again, not surprised to be back for more of me, as I would be back for more Gimme Peppers as well as if I were you. Now, where was I? Yes. Shadowheart and I were going to go through the listed rubble when I saw 3 intellective hours, and I told her to get down. We need to be sneaky to get around them, and so I decided to demonstrate my advanced ability to sneak that I acquired from, years of having to sneak away from women, that I just need to get to my stuff, and I don't have time to satisfy all of them. I could, physically, I don't have the time. So I snuck through the listed rubble. Gimme goes out of sneak. Gimme sneaking peppers. It was after I made it around the intellective hours that I realized Shadowheart wasn't even following me, and I waited for her to catch up. Unfortunately, she was caught by the intellective hours, and I knew, despite my ability to brave the wildernesses alone, that I couldn't leave such a fair maiden behind to her fate. So I stepped in to help her and save her from the intellective hours by myself. Oh.
Vicious filth. Best keep some distance or this will be a short fight.
No, Jimmy's gonna help. Jimmy cannot let the fair maiden die to impress her. For some, this fight would be a tough one, but thanks to me, Gimme Peppers, fighting alone, myself and the fair maiden Shadowheart escaped the battle unscathed, and all 3 of the intellective hours lay dead in the rubble.
Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
After the combat, I felt more powerful. Perhaps something like the increase in experience would, well, some would say, made me level up. I don't really know what that means, but the increased experience did have an effect on my abilities, I think. But my abilities were already top-notch in the first place, so I got even better. So it's pretty impressive, I'd say. I still like how I... Gray halfling.
Yeah.
Basic poison. For all of Gimme Pepper's new enemies. And then we went exploring some more of this seaside, lakeside, riverside. I think it's Chantar River. We went exploring more of the riverside. Come on, fair maiden. You know that Jimmy Pep's got your back. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think Jimmy Peppers can get that lock back there. And then I found a set of thieves' tools, so I could once again try to pick that lock back at that one door I met Shadowheart at. And if she wasn't impressed already, which of course she was already impressed, she would most definitely be impressed with my finger skills.
What? You got it open, just like that?
Hey, don't be down on Jimmy Peppers here. Jimmy Peppers is a man of many talents. And then we found ourselves in a crypt, and I could totally see because I'm a Svirfneblin and have dark vision, unlike halflings that don't because I'm not a halfling. And then Shadowheart and I went to investigate the sarcophagus in the middle of the room to see if there was anything in there that, just see if there wasn't a dead body in there, but to see if there was anything else in there. Mostly Shadowheart went to check it. I just observed. I told her, you probably shouldn't mess with any bones or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, a trap was triggered.
Oh.
And we had to figure out how to get out of this sticky situation. See, big door. More free things laying around that are totally not belonging to anyone. Jimmy, get up. Jimmy, get up. I knew what I had to do. I scooped up Shadowheart in my arms and valiantly carried her to the safety of the other side of the room, avoiding all of the fire traps and all of the slippery spots on the ground. I didn't even slip once, and I made sure those sarcophagi remained untampered with, and that the belongings of the dead would remain and they could rest peacefully. And Shadowheart was super stoked on me because I'm Jimmy Peppers and I'm a real 10 out of 10 guy. Okay, I'm humble. 9.5 out of 10 rounded up. It's just like no risk in here. Just whoop. Once I had brought Shadowheart to the door and she was super impressed with me, she tried to have a conversation with me to get to know me a little better. But your boy Jimmy Peppers is the type to play hard to get.
Something the matter?
We should get to know each other a little more.
So that's to say you'd like to pry a little. You do seem like the type, I must say.
I just thought, to get to know you.
Just an observation, no offense taken. See, we're learning something about each other already. For instance, you're a quick-to-anger type, aren't you? Even less self-control than brains.
You're not the judge of character you're supposed to be.
Oh, I think you'll find that I am. Knowing what makes people tick is a skill of mine. If you want something from a person, you need to know when and where to squeeze.
Okay, come on, I want to know about you.
And I've revealed all I'm willing to. At least for now. Now I suggest you let matters rest. Or else we'd better part ways.
These Louise. What a bitch. And Pepper's gonna walk away now. And then I was looking through my pockets, and Shadowheart had this mysterious artifact that was all spiky and stuff in her pocket, and I tried to touch it, and she told me.
Keep your hands off that.
And then she pulled it out anyway and took a look at it and stared at it, and I was thinking this pheromone's kind of weird, but I mean, she's still hot.
Its many
And then she
sides
put it
are
away, and I didn't
engraved
really
with
understand what the point of this whole thing was.
indecipherable glyphs. No openings you can see, yet you sense something inside it.
After that whole thing, I used my magic fingers to pick the lock to the next room, and I was surprised by what I saw. Give me peppers. Knows how to work a lock. See that? See what I did there, lady?
Armed scribes. No sign of a struggle.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
It seems that I found myself in this big room with a big religious statue that I totally knew the origin of, and I asked Shadowheart about these dead priests that were on the ground, and I was curious what was so subversive about their message that they needed to have weapons, and Shadowheart was impressed with my forethought and my curiosity. And then we went around checking on the treasures just to see if they were safe, and Shadowheart started to mess around with this book or something, and she couldn't seem to get it open, so I told her, "Fair maiden, step aside and watch this," and I used my impressive fingers to pick the lock, and then I used my impressive brain to discern why this book was here, and she was super impressed with me, and I mean, I'm Jimmy Peppers, and I know I keep saying it, but I am really impressive, so, you know, don't be surprised.
This book is far lighter than it should be. With
And
such
what
a
I found in the book wasn't
massive
very important. It was just a list of dead gods or something, or whatever. I don't really care. What was really important is that
pins and needles
Shadowheart couldn't do it, but I could because I'm Jimmy Peppers and I'm that impressive. And of course, she was impressed with me, as
as the lock
you should be impressed with me as well,
opens, a
my
loose page
dear
turns
listener.
magic.
After the book, we decided to check and make sure more of the treasures were safe and to inspect that statue. Unfortunately, it was beyond both our powers to discern who it was.
Ancient.
And then Shadowheart found your button, and I told her, "Stop! Don't press that, because only bad things happen when you press random buttons." Well, she gave me a curious look, and I told her the last fair maiden I was with, not as fair as you, gotta make her feel special, was pressing all sorts of random buttons and all sorts of bad things. Well, she pressed it anyway, and there was a click, and the stone wall slid, and the monk skeletons began to rise around us with malice in their eyes. They were clearly angry that we were here, checking up and making sure their resting place was untampered with. And I knew I would have to defend Shadowheart with my life. Maybe Jimmy Pepper should stop pressing all the buttons. Clack, clack, clack. Oh, no. Oh, rip. So ends the life that was Jimmy Pepper. Unfortunately, after a long arduous combat and me trying my damnedest to defend Shadowheart, we died. Just kidding, I whooped their asses, and then we got to see what was in the treasure room to make sure it was safe. But I think that'll be a story for another time. So come back for more Gimme Peppers, cause you know you want more, and Gimme Peppers will give you more.